Hey, what's happening everyone? VegetarianZombee here. Welcome back to another tutorial on the Far Cry 5 map editor. And this is where we last left off. You can see here we got a bunch of stuff, we got some guys here, and we need to make this map really pop. And we're going to be doing that in this episode. Now, before we get on, if you like this episode, feel free to hit that like button. Of course, if you're enjoying this content, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe as well. We'll be continuing doing all these tutorials. It's a lot of fun. And all the questions you guys are asking are super awesome. I'm learning a ton. And speaking of that, let's go into the first thing. The last video I covered a bit about movement snapping, but I didn't cover the snap tool. And Undead Indigo pointed out that a lot of the work I was doing was kind of overkill. Like, I didn't need to make life so hard. So let's dive into the snapping tool to kick off this session. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to open up my objects. Let's click this here, and I'm going to look for a fence. So let's search for a fence. And we'll find one that works well for us. Alright, so we can see this here. It's corrugated steel. We'll select that and just drop it right down here. Alright, so let's add another fence to this. And what I was doing before was, yesterday I was selecting this and using my move tool, I was snapping and moving over it and basically eyeballing that. And, you know, there were some overlaps. It kind of worked, it kind of didn't. And, but that was kind of like doing a lot more work. What we can do is we can select this and then press the 4 key, and now I have my snap tool selected. Now when I get close to this and I hold down the mouse button, you'll notice we got this little red dot. You can see it right there. That's the snapping location. Well, I can select this. Here, let's try this again. I'll click and hold, and then I'll drag over here, and you'll see a yellow dot, and this is where I can snap to it. I release, bam! Look at that! No, you know, no eyeballing needed. Now what I can do is I can copy that, and actually we have to do, let's try that one more time. We'll copy that, and now we'll paste this, and let's snap this to that over here. So let's move this here, we'll move this here. I just like to get it in the general vicinity. I don't need to be close at all, like this is fine. So you can see here now it's snapping in the middle here. So if I click there, and look at that. We're snapping right there. And that's not exactly what I want. So let's undo that here. We want to snap on this edge here. So we drag that over to here. And we snap. Now what if we want to then build off to the side? Well, we can do that as well. So let's hit 1. We'll select these again. We'll copy. And now let's paste. Now what we'll do is we'll select these by pressing our 1 key, dragging all those like so. Now let's do a little more snapping. And we can drag over here. Now you'll notice that it snapped entirely, it basically snapped along the original objects. And that's not what we want at all. What we want to do is use snap angle. So we can click this, and we can then choose how we want this to snap on. In this case, we want this to snap on a 90-degree angle. Alright, we'll select that. We'll drag it over here. And you can see it snaps exactly as we want it to. Now let's undo that. And let's try the counterclockwise in case we want it to go this way. You can drag that. Bam. Super easy. And again, you can play around with the other angles as well. Okay, so what we want to do here is add a little punch to our map. And we're going to be adding some explosions. We want the player to run around and just have explosions everywhere. Okay, so what we can do is we can type explode, and you'll see we get this unexploded thing. You can search for gas as well, and you'll get a few things here. You can also search for barrel. And you'll see these will explode as well. You can tell that they can explode because they got this, I believe it's the symbol here. Let's take this and let's add a gas barrel. And you'll notice it has that symbol there of the explosion. So let's just sort of pepper these everywhere. Now in this case, I selected off the barrel. If I want to get that barrel again, well, I guess I can open up my objects here. In this case, it's not showing, but I can just select this and choose the find object in hierarchy. And there we go. And look at this! We got some more explodey things. This is exactly what I was looking for, by the way. So we'll select these, and we'll just add these everywhere. Now, I believe we even have propane, so we can type propane in here. And there was an explodey truck. I believe this truck here will blow up. So as you can see, you can have lots of fun placing these things. Okay, so we got our explodey stuff already set up. Next thing we want to do is to create our second wave. And we're going to want to do this in a few buildings. So let's find a couple of structures. So here we have a guard shack. We'll find a place for this. We'll put the guard shack right here. You know, you want to guard your exploding junkyard. Always good to do. We'll put another one here. Let's make sure this person isn't clipping. Okay, and now within the guard shack, let's add some new enemies. So I'm going to select my AI. I'm going to select here on wave 2 because we want these guys to appear in wave 2. And you'll see we can scroll down. We have lots of different enemies to choose from. You'll notice that some enemies repeat themselves. And the reason for that is that these enemies come equipped with different weapons. And if you select on here, and let's scroll up so you can see, we have a berserker male here, we have a brawler female that they're going to attack, we have a defender, and we have a rocket guy right here. This is kind of what we want. Let's go down here. I like there's like these motorcycle guys. All right, I believe maybe they're under VIP. Nope. Let's try security. Yeah, I think they're down here. It's a wave of death. Security. So we're going to throw these guys in here. These guys will all be rocket users. Like so. We'll throw them in there. We'll throw some in here as well. Basically, when the alarm sounds, all these guys with rocket launchers are going to just run out of here. And we'll throw some in here too. So with all these rockets flying, with all these explosives, this place is just going to be a complete... it's going to be complete chaos. Now the problem with this approach is that it's not balanced at all. The player's going to get killed really quickly, and that's not fun. So what we need to do is make some gameplay adjustments. And you can see up here, I believe it's this button here, gameplay modifier. And you'll see that we have all these various modifiers that we can use to affect our map. We can disable health regeneration, no fall damage, no fire damage, no explosive damage. We'll do that, and we're going to set our character as invincible. Now, I might as well add some infinite ammo as well. This is just for play, but you can see unlimited underwater breathing. I like this if you're going to do anything underwater. Underwater is like such a pain, in my opinion. Like, no one likes drowning. You can see we also have modifiers, reinforcement delay, one-shot enemies, reckless driving, lots of fun things. What I also like is we also have game over condition. Right now we're using standard, but you can see game over when detected or game over on alarm. So if you're planning to do a real stealth mission, then that's something you can do. And we also have a countdown if you want to make the player have to get from A to B in a certain amount of time. The problem with doing that, again, you're putting a lot of pressure on the player. So just keep that in mind. Now, in this case, I want the player to be well armed when entering the situation, so I can actually change my player's loadout. And by selecting this button up here, it's a loadout button, you can make adjustments here. You can see we have different loadouts. We have assault, melee, stealth, and empty. Now, what you can do is you can enable or disable the loadout. You can change the weapons that the player starts off with. You can add weapons, add gear, basically give them what you'd like them to use at the start of the weapon. Of course, what you can do, I believe you can disable everything and then have the map organically supply weapons and so forth. Alright guys, so we have everything all set and ready to go. Let's give this a run through. Alright, so I'm going to choose the assault weapons here. Alright, right away we're detected. And we're just going to run away. There we go. Alright, we got our reinforcements coming in. So, Our rocket guys are going to appear right in here. Now, if I kill all these guys too quickly, the map's going to end. And here they are. Hey, guys. I guess those aren't the rocket guys. Oh, there's some rocket. Oh, maybe they have two weapons. Maybe that's what it is. And you see we got these guys appearing out of there. Do I have my own rocket launcher? It's total chaos, which is just what we like. And let's see if we can blow this thing up. There we go. This thing blows up. Can I drive this? That's the question. No, this is just an explosion thing. Now, again, I'm just using this in this sort of arena as you develop your map. Say you could add guys outside of this. Remember, this wall here is purely our own construction here. We can basically add verticality to the map and make the player think, not just on this one plane. So remember, the sky's the limit, and have fun. Okay, now let's say I love this map. This is the best map ever. I want to share this with the world. Let's do that now. Let's get out of this. We will exit. Now, I'm going to take my screenshot. This looks kind of wild. Here we go. And let's go to, I think it's in map properties. Let's see. Map properties. You can see I already have a screenshot here. What we can do here is capture, like that. It's under chaotic. I don't know yet how to set the names. You can see creator, unidentified, author, unidentified. And with that, we'll just go to publish map. And you can see we encourage creativity, but we will remove inoffensive and inappropriate content and may ban repeat offenders. And that's it. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. And that's going to be it for the Outpost map. We have other maps to explore, such as PvP, Deathmatch, and so forth. And also like the journey maps as well. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I'm doing my best to keep on top of them. There's a lot of questions being asked, so keep them coming, and I'll get to you in time for sure. And also, one thing I should say is I'd love to do some community maps as well. If you publish a map, make sure to let us know in the comments, because we'd certainly love to check it out. Alright, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next Far Cry 5 map editor tutorial. Until then, cheers.